Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, we took on the Washington Capitals in the conference finals, and we managed to beat them in 6 games to go to our first Stanley Cup Finals in this entire franchise mode, in the first one for Detroit since 2009, so it's almost been 30 years in this game, I would guess you could say. Yeah, it was a pretty good series for the most part. We dropped the first 2 games. I'll show you guys a little bit of a recap. We lost game 1 5-1. Game 2 we lost 5-3, and I was kind of a little bit scared of how our team was playing, so I made some line adjustments with like Connor McDavid going to our top 6, and then also changing up like the defense a little bit. I think it was, maybe it was also the bottom 6. I don't even remember. But we won 4-3 in overtime, and we kept alive, and then we shut them out to tie the series. Then headed back to Washington. We won 5-3, and then we take game 6 4-1. And we are finally going to the Stanley Cup Finals appearance against a team that's also been a bit of a cheese team to an extent, as they finished 40-34-8 in the regular season, but they do have a good reasoning why they're in the finals to an extent as well. I'll show you guys their roster right now as well, just in case you didn't catch the end of last episode. But they do have one player that I've been interested in trading for a very long time. Eventually he signed like an 8-year extension where he still has 3 years left. But Kari Savonen as one of their best players, and he's a very good goal scorer. He's scored 4 50-goal seasons in the last 5 years. He's actually had like 5 seasons where he scored 50 or more goals. One was a 59-goal season like less than 10 years ago. And in this postseason, he's been pretty good for them as well. So they do have actually some pretty good forwards. A former player in Dylan Nolan, as well as another former player in Harvey Jenner. So a little bit worried about that. Defensively, they don't have really anything to write home about except for Kondratyov and also Drysdale. So hopefully our team can play good against that defensive pairings. And they do have actually a pretty good goaltender in Jalen Ritchie, who is simulating pretty good this postseason. So it is going to be a little bit tough to score on a good goalie, but I'm hoping that our team could somehow manage to do so. So anyways, let's get into this Stanley Cup Finals appearance against the St. Louis Blues and see if we could win our first ever Stanley Cup of this franchise mode, or are we going to lose to St. Louis? Last time St. Louis and Detroit played each other in the playoffs in this type of, like, I guess you could say, in a, like, it wasn't in a final situation, but the last time I could remember at least seeing a video of was when Steve Yzerman scored in overtime against the Blues. Hopefully we can have some heroics like that. That would be pretty awesome. So here we go, game 1 on home ice. We have home ice advantage for the first time this postseason. Let's use it to our advantage. We're going to do a real-time simulation for all this finals just because to give it a little bit of a longer look to the episode, and in that way you guys don't know if we won the Stanley Cup or not, you know. And also because why not make it a little bit more dramatic. And the Blues are going to open the scoring. Not a good way to start it off. Gustavo Nickel allows a goal from Jake DeBrusk. We're down 1-0 here in game 1, and Boy Claire makes it 2-0. Maybe we shouldn't do real-time simulations, because our team is down 2-0 after 1. We're being outshot, we're outshooting them actually 12-11. I might make some line adjustments again and go back to the way we had our original lines. But I'm hoping our team can just have a strong second period and maybe get within 1 at least. Second period of game 1. Come on, boys. There's a goal to get us within 1 like I was just mentioning, and Dingman scores. Good stuff, Dingman. And then Kondratyov scores for them. God damn it, Kondratyov. Of course, their big guns are getting going. And then they go up 4-1. Savonen scores on the power play, and a short-handed goal from Bouillon. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, this seems like game 1 against the Capitals where we got blown out, and then eventually we came back still and won the series, but not a really good start to the Stanley Cup Finals for us. We're down by 2 goals going into the third. We are out shooting them by 1 shot, but we are down by 2 goals. Let's see if we could somehow tie this one up, or are we going to lose game 1? Come on, boys. We need 2 goals. Or at least get some momentum going into next game, because that's what we need. I might make some line adjustments after game 1 already. Oh, there's a goal from Garrison to pull us within 1. Can we tie it? No, we can't. Nolan Patrick gets a late goal, and we're going to lose 5-3 in game 1. Not a good way to start it off. Maybe I won't do real-time simulations for this finals. So Dingman for McDavid and Coley Minen, Bullion from Acker and Hobbs. So Acker actually picks up point for his first time. He actually picks up 2 assists in that game, as Garrison gets a goal from Wong and Acker. 3 stars in that game, Kondratyov, Dingman, and Savonin. So yeah, we got to shut down Kondratyov and Savonin, because Savonin being that 94, he scores a lot of goals. And then Kondratyov is a very good two-way defenseman, so we got to find a way to not let those guys get any points if we want to win the series. Now, this could be like game 1 of last round, where we eventually would bounce back in game 3, but I'm really hoping that we could tie the series with a win here, because if we go down 2-0 headed back to St. Louis, it gets a little bit sketchy. I'm already going to make some line adjustments, and I think we're going to go back to the way we had our lines originally, even though McDavid has been good since being on that top 6. It's more just because I want the original lines to get going again and seeing if that actually helps us out or not. Garrison's got 7 points. Yeah, I think I'm going to move Alexandrov down to the 4th line and move Garrison up for a small change. We are going to go back to the original defensive pairings as well. And then, yeah, we're going to still run with Gustavo for now. But if Gustavo lets in a lot of goals, I think we will resort to Punos for a game maybe. And then maybe down the road, who knows, Bertuzzi could get into the lineup at some point. Okay. So we're down 1-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. We need to tie the series up, because if we go down 2-0 headed to St. Louis, it's going to be really tough, because they are 8-1 on home ice. So if we go down 2-0 into St. Louis, there's a good chance we're going to drop at least one of the 2 games. So here we go. Game 2 is still on home ice. We'll do a real-time simulation again, because why not? See if it bites us in the ass, or will we get a win? And Giovanni Vellalti, the 79 overall defenseman, makes it 1-0. Gustavo is not off to a good start in this finals. We're down 1-0 already. Come on, boys. Get that offense going like it was last round in those last 4 games. And we're down 1-0 after 1, getting outshot 9-8. Come on, guys. I know you're keeping around, but you need to get this game tied up. We need our top guns to get going, like Bullion, Matthews, Dingman, McDavid, all those type of guys. Second period underway. Let's see if we can tie this one up. Come on, guys. Dingman, I'm calling on you. As he scored last game, power play opportunity for us. We don't convert on it. Of course, we're losing to a team that had 40 wins in the regular season, though. Like, they were a little bit worse than us in the regular season, but still, this is kind of tough. We're down 1-0 going into the 3rd. We need to win this game, I would say, or else it could be not that good going to St. Louis down 2-0. We're being outshot 21-19, down 1-0 in this game. It's been an okay game from our goaltending standpoint and our defense standpoint, but we need to get our top guns going like Wall and whatnot. So, 3rd period. Come on, guys. Who wants to tie it up for me? Wall, I'm calling on you, man. Or Stewart, maybe? I don't know. Come on, guys. Tie this game. Get your offense going. Penalty kill. Nicely done. Final few minutes of game 2. And we are going to lose 2-0 as Langdon gets an empty netter. And we are down 2-0 in the series headed to St. Louis, which is very, very scary. Are we actually going to lose to a team that finished this record with this record during the regular season? I don't know. But Gustavo Nickel with a good game, but the offense has just not shown up so far really in this Stanley Cup Finals. 3 goals in 2 games is not good. And they've scored 7 goals on us in 2 games. We're going to make some line adjustments. We are going to go back to... I think we're going to go back to Powell on that 3rd line. Go McDavid on the top line. Put Dingman or DeKaiser down. And then swap Bullion and Dingman. And then let's see. Wong is a -4. He's got 4 points. I could change Hillis in Wong, but I think, yeah, it is a minus. Defensively wise, I don't know really what I want to do. I'm going to change Acker and Savonin again. And then Nickel's not been really the problem, I would say, in this finals. But maybe he needs a break again. Yeah, maybe he needs a break. I think we're going to go to Punos for this game and give Nickel a break, even though Nickel's been good this final so far. I'm going to give Punos a game and see if he could win us a game, and then maybe then Nickel will come back in and he'll be fresh and ready to go to get us more wins. But we need to start scoring goals, and we need to win the Stanley Cup Finals. Because or else if we lose to a team like this, I don't even know. I think our team is going to be eventually start missing the playoffs and stuff like that, which is not going to be good. So here we go. Game 3 in St. Louis. The Blues are 8-1 on home ice. Let's see if we could win in their home arena and give them their second loss on their home ice, as we get 2 opening goals on the power play. And they're both 5 seconds apart. Bouillon scores a power play goal as well. Jeez, this is a good start to Game 3. 3 power play goals within the first 7 minutes in the game. Not even 7 minutes. It was like 6 minutes and 12 seconds. But 3-0 for us after 1. We had 21 shots in that opening period. So that's what I like to see. Our boys are waking up, it seems like. And hopefully that can continue going into the next game and the next game and the next game if we get there. Here we go. Second period up 3-0 with 3 power play goals. We don't score on that power play opportunity. We get another power play opportunity. Jeez, it seems like the refs are giving us a ton of power play opportunities, but we don't convert on those ones. But we already have 31 shots halfway through the game. And now, of course, we're getting shots as they break the shutout on Punos as Joel Eriksson-Ek. I was going to say Jake Eriksson-Ek for some reason. But Eriksson-Ek makes it a 3-1 game. We're out shooting 34 to 15. We're up 3-1. Can we lock this one down, please, boys? Power play opportunity. We don't score on it. Penalty kill. Nicely done. Come on, boys. Lock it down. Power play again. And they get a goal from Harvey Jenner. Screw you, Harvey. Our former player, of course. Makes it a 1-goal game. Power play opportunity. We don't score on it. Final few minutes. And we are going to just barely hold them off with a 3-2 win, as the Blues lose their second game only on home ice this postseason so far. But we are back in this series again from a very strong first period, but we kind of fell off after that. So Biggs from Hillis and DeKaiser from Coley-Minen, and Bouillon from Dingman and Wall. Good to see our power play was really good in that game, but yeah, after that our team kind of struggled a little bit. 9 shots in that game from Dingman, jeez. And yeah, Punos was good, and then eventually he got yanked and Nickel came in. I didn't even realize Nickel came in. So Nickel almost lost us the game, it looks like. But I don't know why Punos was pulled if he got injured. Because if he got injured, that is not good. Especially because I don't really rely on Nickel that well. So DeKaiser gets first star, Richie to second star, and Eriksson-Ek to third star. Can we tie the series? It looks like it was just a fluke that Punos got taken out for. We are going to resort back to Gustavo Nickel for this game, I think. Let me take a look at the stats again. I think we'll go back to Gustavo Nickel. So Nickel's got a 907 and a 276. Punos has got a 335 and an 884. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to Nickel this game. If Nickel loses again, then Punos is definitely going to go back in again. But let's see if we can tie the series up. I'm not going to make any more line changes right now, because we did just win that game. Can we tie the series at 2 headed back home? And hand St. Louis their second straight loss on home ice, which would be 3 losses in the playoffs on home ice for them only. Real-time simulation. Matthews scores early. Let's go. But Savonin answers right back for them. That's not good. Penalty kill. Nicely done. Power play opportunity. We don't score. Come on, boys. Our power play was really good last game, but it's been kind of quiet since the opening period of last game, as Matthews gets his second of the night already. It's a 2-1 game. And it's 2-1 for us after 1, even though we're being outshot 14-8. Let's go. Second period underway. Come on, boys. Matthews has got 2 goals. It means our top 6 is getting going. I want to see Wall score a goal, because he hasn't scored since like the second round, I think. But he is more of a playmaking defenseman, so it kind of makes sense. Come on, boys. Lock her down. There's a goal from Bouillon on the power play to make it 3-1. That's a big goal going into the third period. We're out shooting them 20-19. We're up by 2 goals. Can we lock this one down and tie the series headed back home? Penalty kill. Nicely done. Power play opportunity. We score, but it's out on the power play. It's Hillis, though. We have a 4-1 lead. Looks like we're going to have a tie series headed back home, as we actually managed to beat St. Louis 2 times on their own home ice, which is pretty crazy. Kandreyev scores to make it 4-2. And there's a late goal from Langdon. Yikes, Nickel. And it's a 4-3 win. Nickel's not been really that good in this postseason. Like, he lets in late goals, it seems like a lot. We got outshot 31-30, but we win 4-3, and we have a tie series. So Matthews from Biggs and McDavid, Matthews from Bouillon and Stewart, Bouillon from Matthews and Dingman, and Hillis from Stewart and Garrison. 3 stars, Matthews the first star with 3 points, Savonin the second star with 2 points, and Bouillon the third with 2 points. This is a very close series, which is kind of what I expected to an extent because we both had similar records in the regular season. But man, it is very tight. They're 14-9 in the playoffs. We are 14-5. We've won 2 straight games after losing our first 2 games on home ice. Can we win our first home game of this Stanley Cup Finals? Or are we going to have to win another game in St. Louis? Come on, boys. This is a very crucial game. Whoever wins this is 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup. Come on, boys. And they open the score, and that's not a good start. But Dingman answers right back, which is good. 4 seconds later, which is unrealistic, but I'll take it. Eriksson X scored, and then Dingman gets it literally 4 seconds later. Pretty crazy. Penalty kill. Nicely done, boys. And there's a late goal from Thomas Larson, of all people, who's not scored, I don't think, in this entire playoff run so far. Maybe he has 1 goal, but that is a huge goal going into the second period. Shots are 8 apiece. It's a 2-1 game for us. Second period. And it's 2-2 as Savonin ties it up early. I just realized it's a battle of the Savonin brothers because I'll say that Savonin's the brother of our Savonin. It's a 2-2 game. Come on, boys. There's a goal from Biggs. That's a big goal from the big man. 3-2 game. This is a very close series. And we are going to be up by 1 goal going into the third period, despite being outshot 20-17. Let's get some insurance here in this third period, boys. Power play early, we don't score on it. Come on, boys. You can do this. Just think about all those other games that you've won this postseason. Final 8 minutes. Final 5 minutes. Last few minutes of this game. And we're going to hold them off and win 3-2. We are 1 win away from winning our first Stanley Cup of this franchise mode. It only took almost 14 to 15 years, but my God, we are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. So Dingman from DeKaiser and Biggs, Larson from Powell and Garrison, and Biggs from Powell and Garrison. Oh, thank God. Nickel gets first star, a really good performance from him. Biggs the second star, and Powell the third. But we are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup. It comes down to these games. If we win this game in St. Louis, we win the Cup. If not, we go to a Game 7 on home ice, which is very scary. Matthews still leading us with 24 points in 20 games. Let's see what happens. Can we win the Stanley Cup in St. Louis? If we have the opportunity to win the Stanley Cup, I'll intervene and let you guys watch the celebration. But can we get this done? Real-time simulation, they open the scoring. Dylan Nolan, screw you, Dylan. You didn't score a lot for us in the postseason last year, I don't think. Or maybe you did, but still. We're down 1-0 so far. Can we tie this one back up? Power play opportunity. We don't score. Come on, boys. We're outscoring, shooting them badly so far in this opening period. But we are going to be down 2-0. God damn it, Owen Tippett. With 8 seconds left. We're down 2-0. The shots are 12-5. If we don't have a good second period, there's likely going to be a chance that this series goes to 7 games. Which is very, very scary. Second period underway here in Game 6. Come on, boys. Get us at least 1 goal to plus within 1. And then maybe we could tie it in the third. Power play opportunity. We don't score on it. We are out shooting them badly, but we are still down, and Tippett makes it 3-0. We're going to go to a Game 7, aren't we? Matthews gets a power play goal to make it 3-1. So at least we get on the board. We're still down by 2 goals, despite outshooting them 28-13. Can we come back here in this third period, or are we going to a Game 7? Power play early. Come on, boys. It's a long power play, and we finally score. Bouillon makes it a 1-goal game. And oh my God, Bouillon tied it up. Okay, we're going to go down to 4 times just in case. But Bouillon has tied the game at 3 apiece. We have came back in his third period because of Bouillon. If it goes to OT, we are going to just have to go watch OT. Penalty kill. Oh, the Blues score. Screw you, Kondratyov. Of course, Kondratyov is going to score. And we are going to a Game 7. Because Kondratyov scores with 3:35 left. Oh. I don't know if we want to start nickel or if we want to start Punos. I think we'll probably still run with nickel, but... Oh, we almost came back and won that game. Boyan's got 15 goals this postseason. It's going to a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. At least we have home ice advantage, but I am pretty scared, to say the least. And I don't know if we should make line changes or not. Oh, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. That is scary. Let's take a look and make sure all our lines are good still. Because this is the most crucial game of the year, obviously. So I think I could go back to doing this. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to that. Just for a little bit of a change. Ooh, Matthews is a -6. Where did that happen? And who is the -5? Wong. Oh, that's a penalty killing unit, isn't it? Yeah, I think Matthews is... Maybe it's because he's on the penalty kill. Yeah, it could be the penalty kill that's struggling. We're going to try Matthews back down again. Oh, man. Come on, guys. You got to win. This is a very crucial game. Do we want to change anything else? No, I think we'll leave the rest of this the way it is. Hillis is going to be playing halfly injured, which is a little scary. We are going to go back to Savonin on that top pairing. Larson is still dropping off. He's a -6 this playoffs. I want to see Larson obviously celebrate with the Stanley Cup, but I feel like almost taking him out of the lineup. Like, I don't know if we're going to win the Stanley Cup if Larson's in the lineup for this game. Because he's a -6 all of a sudden. Like, our defensive pairing looks like pairings look like it took a hit except for the top pairing. I'm debating about taking Larson out of the lineup, but I don't think it's right to do so. Even if he is a -6, he's been with this team for a long time. Like, it could be just... Yeah, it could be just bad luck. Might be really risky putting him into the lineup, but I'm going to keep Thomas Larson in. Yeah, I'm going to keep Larson in. Bertuzzi would play, but Bertuzzi's like not played at all this year. I'm going to run with Larson. And if we lose, then it's on me for not making that change because Larson's been pretty bad defensively. But he needs to be there just in case we do win a Stanley Cup. So, real-time simulation, Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Whoever wins this game wins the Stanley Cup. Come on, boys. We need our big guns to show up. And Harvey Jenner, are you serious? Opens the scoring early. Penalty kill. Nicely done. That is not good that Harvey Jenner scored early. Oh my god, we're going to lose the Stanley Cup Finals. Drysdale scores, but Wall gets a short-handed goal to plus with him once. So that's a very huge goal from Wall. We had our back against the wall, and Wall came through with a goal and a huge late goal from Matthews. We tied it back up. Oh my god. That's not a way you want to start it off, though, allowing 2 goals in a Game 7. But then Wall with that big short-handed goal, and that huge late goal, 10 seconds left by Matthews. We got a tie game going into the second. Shots are 15-11 in favor of St. Louis. Come on, boys. We have the momentum after those last 2 goals. Oh my god, I'm going to have like a heart attack from this Game 7. Come on, guys. Dingman. Boyan has like 15 goals this postseason. Power play. Let's go. Boyan scores. We called on him and he scores. That's his 16th of the postseason. We have scored 3 unanswered goals. And we're a period away from winning the Stanley Cup, but we do need some insurance. We're going to go down to a 4-time simulation. I know it's going to go a little bit slow this third period, but we want to make sure we get the last watch of this. And we have a penalty kill early in the third. I don't know who's the dumbass to take a penalty in that third period. Penalty kill again. Stop taking penalties, boys. It's Game 7. Oh my god, Kondratyov tied it up. Oh, I'm going to have a heart attack from this game. This is such a close series. Oh my god. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch this. Holy. Final 5 minutes of Game 7. We're going to intervene, and I'm going to let you guys watch. And if we end up losing the Stanley Cup, you're going to see us lose the Stanley Cup. But if we end up winning, you guys are going to see us as champions, which is nice to see. But this episode might be a little bit long. And, yeah, I am very scared to watch this now. So, anyways, I'll let you guys watch the celebration and stuff regardless of how long this goes for. And I will see you guys at the end of it with, like, a little recap.
Here in the late going of the frame, it's all tied up. The Blues win the draw here in the neutral zone. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Settles things down and gets control of it once again. Detroit's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Sends it over to McDavid. Gets the puck in deep. St. Louis has possession of it now. Through center. Sends it deep inside the offensive zone. Passes on over to McDavid. Nice pass. Takes the feed at center and moves up ahead. He scores! Breaks the deadlock!
Really good play at the net. And now somebody's got a lead, and we'll see if they can increase it. Man, he laid a beauty of a pass across there. Enough air to clear the sticks, and it lands perfectly on the shooter's stick.
The Red Wings have found the go-ahead goal here in the third period.
You worked so hard to give yourself the lead. Now don't give it back by being timid.
Puck picked up in the open ice.
Scored by number 97.
Tried to get too cute with it and loses possession.
We used to call this the tic-tac kaboom. Nice move, but all of a sudden you don't have the puck.
The Blues gain possession along the wall. Big save. Finds some space in the corner. Out front, and that one's broken up. St. Louis has the extra attacker out with the goalie on the bench here. Moves it quickly over to Stewart. Takes the feed. Wide open net. And he loses possession of the puck after trying to make one too many moves. Fires to the empty net and breathe.
The empty net goal is a beautiful thing. It allows everybody to stretch out a little bit and know that this is in control. Now that empty netter should wrap this up here. We're in the last little bit of the third period. That should be enough.
Detroit's added to their lead with the empty netter, and Ray, that's pretty much all she wrote, I would say.
Well, you grind away to get the lead through this much of the game, and they pull the goalie, they're going to pressure you. You put it away with an easy one into the empty net.
St. Louis trailing here has pulled the goaltender, and the extra attackers now out on the ice. Gets a hold of the puck from the right side. Gets the full use of his stick on the poke check. Have you met Lord Stanley? Well, you're about to hear, as they are about to win the most coveted prize in hockey. It is all over. Not only are they Stanley Cup champions, they've also immortalized themselves with their names on the cup.
What an amazing accomplishment. We see it year after year. The celebrations are so similar, but each one of them a little different, and certainly more personal for each of these guys.
Still one of my favorite traditions in all of sports here, Ray.
It's a fantastic way to wrap up a series. It's an amazing way that the players show respect to each other, and this is the true wrap-up of this Stanley Cup final.
Any arguments with your Conn Smythe winner?
In my mind, none. The best player throughout the playoff tournament, I think he should be honored as the Conn Smythe Trophy winner.
And here he comes, the skate of a lifetime, coming to collect the Stanley Cup.
I can't even imagine the emotion that's coursing through him right now. All this work, all those years, and it's going to be culminated by holding the Stanley Cup over your head.
Oh, they get to take the tour with the championship. I can't even imagine what that feeling must be like.
What an amazing accomplishment to win, and it must be such relief to get your hands on the trophy, to realize this is it, this is what I played for.
We think of the players on the ice, but Ray, as you see the rest of the organization huddle, and it really is a group effort here.
This means something to everybody that works with the championship organization. The cup is in the middle. You're in the picture because you contributed somehow.
All I can say is Connor freaking McDavid scored a game-winning goal with like barely any time left, and then he gets the empty netter, and we have won our first Stanley Cup. I thought that game was going to go to OT, but Connor had different ideas. My God, finally. And then also Wall won the Conn Smythe, which was pretty interesting. And then I didn't actually assign who was our captain, so it gave Biggs the captaincy. So he passed it off to Alexandrov, the rookie, and then the rookie Alexandrov passed it on to Jose Stewart. So that one is worth it because Jose Stewart's been here for a long time. But oh, we finally won a Stanley Cup on that one goal from Connor McDavid, and then he gets that empty netter too. What a crazy series and crazy game. Here's the game-winning goal, the Stanley Cup winner. Dingman carries it in and then tries to throw it across. It bounces off the skate of Tkachuk. That goes back to McDavid, and McDavid's just there to fling this on net. A little bit of a screen from Dingman to an extent, and this goes right upstairs, and there is the Stanley Cup winner. One that will go down in Detroit history, probably like that Yzerman goal I was mentioning before. Wow. Finally won the Stanley Cup. My God. Oh, finally winning that Stanley Cup. It feels so nice. Let's take a look at our player stats for that game for fun. So Boyan, Dingman, Matthews, Wall, and McDavid and DeKaiser all had 2 points. So our big guns stepped up when they needed to, and then Hobbs and Kolemainen had 1 point as well each. And Larson was a +1 that game, so it's good that he was still in the lineup. And then a good performance from Gustavo Nickel when it mattered most. So, oh, we are finally a Stanley Cup champion team. It only took 14 to 15 seasons, but we finally got that cup. It was about time. We had like a goaltending carousel over the last few years after losing Rohan House. We got rid of Philippe Guérin. We got rid of Svechnikov, and this team finally has won a cup, going 16-6 in the postseason. Let's take a look at our player stats for the entire playoffs, and then we will take a look at the awards, and then I think that'll be pretty much it. I'll also show you guys maybe the contracts that are up. Also probably sim to the draft and whatnot. So this episode might be a bit long, but you guys probably will like it anyways since we finally won a cup. So let's go by centers. So Matthews was phenomenal, 27 points this postseason. He was a -6, but it could be because from that finals. Kolemainen had 18 points, definitely stepped it up. McDavid had 17 points. probably going to be retiring this year as the Stanley Cup champion with the game-winning goal as well. And then Powell 12 points, and Hobbs had 6. Left wing wise, DeKaiser was really good, 21 points. Hills had 7. Wong had 4. Right wing wise, Bouillon and Dingman had 24 and 22. Really good postseason from those guys. And Garrison had 10 points, which is pretty good. And Alexandrov 5. Defensively, Wall was phenomenal, 19 points and a plus 15. Biggs was good as well. The captain had 11 points in 22 games. Stewart had 9 points and was a plus 13. Larson 6 points. Savonin 3 points. And 2 points for Acker, one of the two. Goaltending wise, Nickel was 16 and 5 with 2 shutouts and 907 save percentage, and then 2.85 goals against. While Punovs is 1 and 2 with an 884 and a 3.35. Not too bad. 2 assists as well in the playoffs for Gustavo Nickel. Nice. Oh, we finally get that cup. That is what I wanted to see. My God, it only took that long. Let's sim and find out those awards. So the San Diego Gulls win the AHL. We win the Stanley Cup. Finally winning that cup. My God. Oh, that might be one of the best Stanley Cup wins I've had, just because it took so long to get it. Let's take a look at those awards. So we win the Stanley Cup. In the last 2 years, though, we've had former players win cups, including in Colorado, like Dylan Larkin and stuff won there. And then in Anaheim, Guerin and House won. So we finally get a cup of our own. And Nashville won the President's Trophy, and it was us in St. Louis in the finals, obviously. Ola Olsen wins the Art Ross. Hamilton wins the Hart Memorial, which makes sense because that guy had like 70 goals in the season. Merkley wins the James Norris, the breakup Darlene Streak. Tate Buckley wins the Lady Byng, a former player of ours. Dallas Chan wins the Calder. And then, yeah, Wall won the Conn Smythe. So only the second defenseman in the last 5 years to win a Conn Smythe. Cale McCart won it last year. Boy is going to win the Vezina for the New York Rangers, so he breaks up House's Vezina. And Isaiah Curtis wins the William M. Jennings for the Ottawa Senators, but we beat him in the first round, so that was nice via sweep. St. Pierre wins the Bill Masterton. Regier for Pittsburgh wins the Jack Adams. Ponomarev wins the Selke. Hamilton wins the Ted Lindsay, and he also wins the Richard. AHL-wise, any awards for our AHL affiliate? Probably not. Not that it really matters that much at this stage, which it doesn't. There you go. Oh, finally winning that Stanley Cup. Man, I can't get over that. Let me actually go to that playoff tree again and show you guys just in case for fun. So we sweep the Sens. We take out Tampa in 5. We take out Washington in 6, and then we took out St. Louis in 7. So we actually had like a sequence of a Stanley Cup Finals. So we win in 4, then we win in 5, then we win in 6, and then the last one we win in 7. So that's kind of interesting. What a year for this team. Let's just sim up to the draft so we get that already set up for next episode. As we look to defend our title, my God. Oh. Got to take a look at those contracts that are up for renewal as well, because we're probably going to lose some players. And retirement-wise, we are going to lose Connor McDavid. We brought him in at the trade deadline, and he helps out in the playoffs, and he gets the Stanley Cup winning goal. So, Connor McDavid going down a champion. I don't know if he won with Edmonton before this. He probably did at some point. But we win a cup with McDavid, and then he goes off into the sunset. Jack Eichel retires, a couple other big name retirements. I'll just scroll through this a little bit because my voice is probably going to be dying on me since I've been recording for 40 minutes apparently on this episode. Kirill Maximov retires, who was a guy that we could have traded for, but I didn't end up trading for. What else we got here? Michael Rasmussen, a former player of ours at one point. And I think that might be it. Evgeny Svechnikov also hangs them up. Another former player of ours, obviously. Was that Giovanni Smith or Jamel Smith? Giovanni Smith, another former player. So some former players of ours. Albin Grew, also one of them. And that's that. Goalie-wise, Ilya Samsonov retires. Carter Hart retires. Blackwood, Skinner, Ellis, Ingram. Didn't we have Stuart Skinner at one point, or am I lying? I remember. Yeah, we did have him. Okay. We had him briefly in 2024-25, but he retires. And then Colton Ellis, Connor Ingram, Joseph Woll, Silovs, Skarek, and some other dudes. Oh. So retirement-wise for coaches, we did lose Kai Lume, who I don't know if he was an assistant coach or what, but we do lose Lume, so whatever Lume is, we have to replace. And then in Grand Rapids, we lost Marcel Belanger, which I don't know who he was either, but we did lose a couple coaches. And in scout retirements, we lose our Liga scout. We need to get some new scouts in, I think, as well. And that is it for retirements. Unfortunately, Connor McDavid doesn't become a coach. Final thing, let's take a look at those contracts that are up for renewal and the draft class, and then that'll be it for this long-ass episode. Once again, I apologize for the length of these episodes lately. So, the contracts that are up for renewal, we don't have a lot of cap space. Probably, yeah, it says right now we only have like $5,000 in cap space, but I don't know how that's going to be when we get to the re-sign stage. But we got to get back Phil Powell. He's in our phase at least, which is good. Stewart's going to want a lot of money. Actually, that's not that bad for a really good defensive defenseman. Savonin probably will leave, I would assume, just because Stewart's going to come back for sure. Acker, maybe he comes back if he doesn't want too much term and too much money. Alexandrov and Hobbs definitely come back. Larson's probably gone, I would say, just because of morale and all that. And then all of our depth signings we could just definitely bring back if we need to. And then goaltending-wise, I don't know if Punovs comes back because he's going to want a lot of money. And he was only playing as backup this season, so not sure if he'll come back. And then we could probably bring back Gustavo Nickel, but he wants a lot of money now that he played really good for that 1 year. So our goaltending carousel might change again next season. And I'm going to take a quick look at those unsigned guys. So Stapleton's getting development, same with Bomick and Barry, so that's good to see. Let's take a look at that draft class now. Not that it really matters that much. I don't know what we're going to be able to get because it looks like our scouts are doing a bad job unless we are missing some scouts. So we might need to find some new ones in the next episode. But we are drafting at 31st, which means we could get somebody like Wojciech. Potentially we could get Ladislav Chera, Ted Chung, those type of things. It doesn't look like a great draft by any standards. This Cameron Schumacher guy might be decent. Yeah, that Cameron Schumacher guy might be our pick. Who knows? There's a Kronwall dude. Taylor Outlaw, who's from Bosnia. Any potential prospects that I could pin? There's a goalie, but we don't really need one. There might be a medium elite guy that goes early in the draft, but he's probably top 6. Any low elites that I could pin? No guarantees, but there could be potentially Nazarov. He doesn't look great, I would say. There's a different DeKaiser. It looks actually pretty good. Damn, he's already 20 years old, though. But still might be intriguing. And that's pretty much that. Also, this King guy looks okay. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So we finally won that Stanley Cup. Now comes the task if we could defend that Stanley Cup. So let me know what you guys think down below. And I'll see you guys next time.